Hello everyone, welcome to English classes by Sonia. Children, in my first video, I taught you the first part of chapter the third level, and in that I finished till when Charlie reached the third level and he was walking on the pathway where he could hear only the sound of his own footsteps, and after a while he comes to an open space and he sees noise coming from somewhere, people were talking, and after that I am going to proceed today. Then I heard that sort of hollow roar ahead, that means open space. He reached the open space and people were talking there. The tunnel turned sharp left. I went down a short flight of stairs and came out on the third level. Then he went, flight here refers to again staircases, and then he came out on the third level. It means he reached the third level at Grand Central Station. The people generally know, everybody knows that there were only two levels, but Charlie has experienced the third level and he has reached the third level at the Grand Central Station. For just a moment, I thought I was back on the second level. For a moment, he thought he is back on the second level. But I saw the room was smaller. But a difference he noticed, and what he noticed was that the room was smaller. There were fewer ticket windows and the train gates, and the information booth in the center was wood and old looking. So this is the third level. For a moment he thought that he reached the second level, but after some time he realized that no, it is not the second level, it is the third level. And why he realized? Because he noticed these changes. The room was small, there were very fewer ticket windows and train gates. All after noticing this, he realized that he is on the third level. And the man in the booth wore a green eye shade and long black sleeve protectors, and this is the description of the man who was sitting there in the booth, and he was wearing green eye shade, you know, that is a specs, and sunglasses also we call them. Long black sleeve protectors, this is the clothes he was wearing. The lights were dim and sort of flickering, you know, jab lights blink karti hain. Then I saw why he is giving us the reason why that light was flickering, because they were open flame gas lights. That is why, because he told us that everything there was of old fashion. That is why they were open flame gas lights. There were brass spittoons on the floor. Brass spittoons is a container which earlier in the older times people used for spitting. On the floor and across the station, a glint of light caught my eye. A man was pulling a gold watch from his vest pocket. So gold watch, the use of gold watch was famous at that time. In the modern time, we do not have gold watches, but because he has reached the third level and he has been in 1894 or something, so there people used to have gold watches. He snapped open the cover, glanced at his watch and frowned. This is about the man who had gold watch in his pocket. What the man did? He took out that watch from his vest pocket, then he stamped open the cover, and then he saw at the watch and then frowned. Frowned means when wrinkles come, jab eyebrows ya face thoda sa sukudta hai. He wore a derby hat, this is a kind of hat, a black 4-button suit with tiny lapels, and he had a big black handlebar mustache. This is the description of that man who was having gold watch. Then I looked around and saw that everyone in the station was dressed like 1890 something. Then when he took a glance everywhere around, then he noticed that everybody was dressed like 1890 something. I never saw so many beards, sideburns and fancy mustaches in my life. A woman walked in through the train gate. Now he is giving us description of a woman, and she was walking in through the train gate, and now he is giving the description what she was wearing. She wore a dress with leg of mutton sleeves and skirts to the top of her high buttoned shoes. Back of her, out on the tracks, I caught a glimpse of a locomotive. Locomotive is also a train, a sort of vehicle which is used to pull trains. A very small Currier and Eves locomotive, this is the name, with a funnel shaped stack, and the shape of that was like a funnel. And then I knew to make sure I walked over to a newsboy and glanced at the stack of the papers at his feet. Because Charlie was not sure about whether it is true or not, whatever he was observing there. So, to get surety of all this, what he did next was he walked to a newsboy and he saw so many papers were lying there, a pile of papers was there, and what he saw, it was The World. This is the name of the newspaper. And now at the time of Charlie it was not in existence, but in 1894 it was there. The World is the name of the newspaper, and The World hasn't been published for years. बहुत सालों से The World तो publish हो ही नहीं रहा था, तो चार्ली ने कैसे देख लिया उसको? The lead story said something about President Cleveland, and whatever story or the news was there on the paper, that was about President Cleveland. I have found that front page since in the public library files, and it was printed June 11, 1894. This is the date also mentioned here, and this were earlier in public library files. I turned toward the ticket windows, knowing that here on the third level at Grand Central I could buy tickets that would take Louisa and me anywhere in the United States we wanted to go. Then when he assured that it was the third level, and then he thought that he can take tickets from this level, from the Grand Central Station, and wherever he wants to go with his wife, he can go anywhere in the United States. In the year 1894, I wanted 2 tickets to Galesburg. So this is the place name where he wanted to go with his wife Louisa, Galesburg, Illinois. Have you ever been there? It is a wonderful town still. Then Charlie is giving us the description of this wonderful place, Galesburg, Illinois. It is a wonderful town still with a big old frame houses, huge lawns, and tremendous trees whose branches meet overhead and roof of the streets. Very beautiful place. And in 1894, summer evenings were twice as long, and people sat out on their lawns, the men smoking cigars and talking quietly. And what the women used to do? The women waving palm leaf fans with the fireflies all around in a peaceful world. This shows us that Galesburg, Illinois was a peaceful and happier place. To be back there with the First World War still 20 years off and World War II over 40 years in the future, I wanted 2 tickets for that. And the wish of Charlie was he wanted 2 tickets to reach Galesburg with his wife. The clerk figured the fare. Figured the fare here means he calculated the fare of the tickets. उसका जो price होता है. He glanced at my fancy headband, but he figured the fare, and I had enough for 2 coach tickets. And Charlie is saying that he had enough money to buy those 2 tickets one way. But when I counted out the money and looked up, the clerk was staring at me. And the clerk was staring at Charlie, maybe because of his dressing sense also. And there is another reason. He nodded at the bills. That isn't money, mister. It means the money, the currency which Charlie offered to buy the tickets, that was not appropriate because it was the money of currency of modern time. And if he is in the third level, the counter person, the clerk will accept the money of that currency which was prevalent during those days. He nodded at the bills. That isn't money, mister, he said, and if you are trying to skin me, you won't get very far. Skin me means if you are trying to swindle me. अगर आप मुझे ठगने की कोशिश कर रहे हो तो आप बहुत दूर तक नहीं जा पाओगे. and he glanced at the cash drawer beside me. Of course, the money was old style bills, half again as big as the money we use nowadays and different looking. So, this is the description of the currency. Charlie is telling us that that was the old style money and it was half again as big as the money we use nowadays. I turned away and got out fast. There is nothing nice about jail even in 1894. He is telling, and during those days also jail was not a very good place, so he ran from there. And that was that. I left the same way I came, I suppose. Next day, at that time, he went away because he did not have the old fashioned currency. So, next day during lunch hour, I drew $300 out of the bank. He withdrew this much of money, nearly all we had, and bought old style currency. You can buy old money at almost any coin dealers, but you have to pay a premium. My $300 bought less than 200 in old style bills. So he is saying out of his $300 which he withdrew from the bank, he got only 200 in the old style. But I didn't care. Eggs were 13 cents a dozen in 1894. This is the example he is saying. During those days, things were not very, you can say, expensive. But I have never again found the corridor that leads to the third level at Grand Central Station. When he went to buy the tickets again, he did not find that corridor that leads to the third level. Although I have tried often enough, he tried again and he was searching where that third level has gone, but he did not find. Louisa was pretty worried when I told her all this because he was with his wife, and maybe he told her that we are going to Galesburg, Illinois, and when he was searching like a crazy man at that time, his wife Louisa, she became worried and didn't want me to look for the third level anymore. Because she got worried, then she said to her husband, okay, leave it, we will not go to Galesburg, you don't worry and do not search the third level anymore now. And after a while I stopped. I went back to my stamps. और उसने भी फिर कोशिश करनी बंद कर दी, and then he went back to his stamps. But now we were both looking every weekend because now we have proof that the third level is still there. So what kind of proof they got that third level is still there? We'll read further. My friend Sam Wenner disappeared. उसका जो friend था Sam, he disappeared. Nobody knew where. But I sort of suspected because Sam's a city boy and I used to tell him about Galesburg. So Charlie is telling that he used to tell everything about Galesburg to Sam, and now Sam was nowhere to be found. He disappeared. I went to school there and he always said he liked the sound of the place. He here refers to Sam, and maybe during their conversation Charlie came to know that Sam also likes the place Galesburg, and that's where he is all right in 18. And maybe now Charlie is thinking that Sam is disappeared. It means he is there he went to the third level and he is in Galesburg, Illinois. In 1894, because one night fussing with my stamp collection, I found, well, do you know what a first day cover is? When a new stamp is issued, stamp collectors buy some and use them to mail envelopes to themselves on the very first day of sale, and the postmark proves the date. This I told you in the very beginning. What is a first day cover? The envelope is called a first day cover. That envelope in which only a blank paper is put and then address of the person is written and that stamp is there and the person mails it to his own address. That is first day cover. They are never opened. You just put blank paper in the envelope. So this is the description of the first day cover. What is first day cover? That night, among my oldest first day covers I found one that shouldn't have been there. So when he was fussing with his stamps, what he found something strange, but there it was. It was there because someone had mailed it to my grandfather at his home in Galesburg. So this line shows us that Charlie's grandfather used to live in Galesburg, Illinois. That's what the address on the envelope said. And whatever envelope he got, he said that somebody had mailed it to his grandfather, and what the address on the envelope said, and it had been there since July 18, 1894. This was the date, it was mentioned there on the envelope. The postmark showed that, yet I didn't remember it at all. The stamp was a 6-cent price, dull brown. This is the description of the stamp which was there on the envelope which he found, with a picture of President Garfield. Naturally, when the envelope came to Granddad in the mail, it went right into his collection because nobody used to open that. It went into the collection and stayed there till took it out and opened it. Till the time Charlie looked it out and opened it, till that time that envelope went into the collection of grandfather of Charlie. The paper inside wasn't blank. Generally, what we have read, that in the first day covers, the paper which is put into the envelope, that is blank. But here Charlie is saying that the paper inside was not blank. It read, all at the stamp and coin store I go to, I found out that Sam bought $800 worth of old style currency. That ought to set him up in a nice little hay, feed and grain business. He always said that's what he really wished he could do. So this is about the wish of Sam. What Sam did, when he went to the coin store, what he found, that Sam had bought $800 worth of the old currency, and this is the wish which he could do, and he certainly can't go back to his old business. Not in Galesburg, Illinois in 1894, his old business. Why? Sam was my psychiatrist. So, psychiatrist, he told us initially that one of his friend was psychiatrist. So, here he is telling us the name, and the name of that psychiatrist friend is Sam. So children, here we finish the explanation of the chapter, the third level. About this letter, I have not mentioned the letter here because you can read that letter from page number 6 from your book Vistas. And here I finish up with the explanation of the first chapter of Vistas, the third level. Thank you so much for listening to me and understanding. If you have any queries, you can write in the comment. Thanks and take care. Goodbye.